Good afternoon to you all. So yesterday we have done the vector, okay, like addition of the two vectors we have done, okay. So we have to. I gave you this problem. I told you that tomorrow I'll explain this problem again, okay. So see here, if you look at this, this was the question which I have asked you that we have two forces. So we have two forces. One was 10 Newton, I think. This was say 5 Newton. This angle, or you can take 5 Newton here itself. Okay, we can take 5 Newton on this side. Okay, so this was the reference point. This is 10 Newton. Okay, and this is say 5 Newton. Correct now? Okay, okay. So let us suppose this angle is 37 degree. This angle is 53 degree. Okay, can we represent the net force along x and y? Okay, can we draw the net force along x and y? Okay, now for this problem, what we need to do, first of all, we have to resolve this vector in two forms. Okay, so if I resolve 10 Newton force, it would be what? 10 cos 37 on the left, on the positive side of x-axis. Then this would be what? 10 sine 37 on the y-axis. Okay, so this we have resolved the 10 Newton force. Similarly, can we resolve this 5 Newton force? So downward 5 Newton force would be what? 5 cos 53 degree, and this would be what? 5 sine 53 degree. Okay, so we have resolved the 5 Newton force and this 10 Newton force. Okay, so what is the value of cos 37? Can you tell me? 10 cos 37. Cos 37 is how much? 4 by 5, I think. So 4 by 5 means 8 Newton. This will be 8 Newton. This will be how much? 6 Newton. Similarly, this would be how much? Cos 53. Cos 53 is 3 Newton, and this will be your 4 Newton. Okay. So if I have to find the net force along the x-axis, okay. So net force, that is Fx, will be equal to what? 8 I cap, because if you take this as a reference point, then 8 Newton is acting on the right side, and the 4 Newton is acting on the left side. So it should be minus 4 I cap, which means it should be 4 I cap. And similarly, Fy will be equal to what? That is 6 J cap minus 3 J cap. This will come as 3 J cap. Okay. So net force along the x is how much? 4 I cap. Net force along the y is uh, 6 J cap. Correct now? No, no. We have to. You have to draw the. You have to draw the figure. Okay. In my physics chapter, you have to draw all the figures. Without that, you cannot solve anything. Okay. Fine. So net force along the x-axis is 4 I cap. Net force along the y-axis is 3 J cap. Okay. That is what we have to find. Second part. If I ask you what is the resultant of the forces, now draw Fx and Fy. So Fx is 4 I cap, Fy is 3 J cap. Resultant would be somewhere in between these two vectors. So this we can shift 3J cap here. Okay, this angle is alpha. Fine. So can we say that resultant equal to square root of 3 square plus 4 square, which is 5 Newton. So 5 Newton is the resultant. And what is the angle which resultant make with x-axis? That is tan alpha. So tan alpha will be 3 by 4, means what? Alpha equal to tan inverse of 3 by 4. Tan inverse of 3 by 4 means it should be 53, I think. So perpendicular is, it should be 37 degree. So the angle which resultant will make from the x-axis will be 37 degree. That is the answer. Okay. So magnitude is 5, and the angle which resultant will make from the x-axis will be 37 degree. So we can see that this is another method to find the answer. Okay, fine. This is another method to find the answer. This is the sum that we have this forces. Okay, we have 10 Newton force and 5 Newton force. 10 Newton force act at an angle of 37 degree from x-axis. 5 Newton is acting on at an angle of 53 degree from the y-axis. Okay, so that is the resultant force which we are getting. So you can see that this is the another method to find the resultant force. Okay, fine. Okay. I think somebody asked me some question like a vector is given by 6 I cap. A vector is given by 6 I cap plus 8 j cap plus 10 k cap. We have to find a unit vector. Unit vector parallel to a vector. Okay. So unit vector means a cap. What is a cap? A vector by modulus of a vector. Modulus of a. So first of all, we need to find the modulus. What is the value of mod of a? That would be equal to 6 square plus 8 square plus 100 square. That will come as how much? 36 plus 64 plus 100 means this would be 200. That is 10 root 2. Okay, so 10 root 2. Fine. So 10 root 2 is the value of mod A. So unit vector would be equal to A vector, which is C6 I cap plus 8j cap plus 10k cap divided by 10 root 2. Okay, we can further modify this. This becomes what? 3 I cap plus 4j cap plus 5k cap by 5 root 2 is the answer for this problem. Okay, fine. 10 square root 2, na, that is all what I have written. Na? 10 square root 2. Okay, so the answer would be 3 I cap plus 4j cap plus 5k cap by 5 root 2. Okay, I think this was some homework problem which was given to you. Okay, vector is there. I told you, na, vector is coming in your exam. Okay, vector is there. Okay, fine. It's a 10 square, not 100 square. By mistake, I've written 100 square. Okay. Okay, two vectors are parallel. Yes, only vectors is there in your weekly test. Okay, fine. Now next is the multiplication of the vectors. The multiplication of the vectors. Okay. So we have done addition. Okay. Like how to add two vectors, how to subtract two vectors. Okay. Now next topic is the multiplication of the vectors. So basically there are three ways of multiplying. First one is a scalar quantity with vector quantity. That is the first method. Second method is multiplication of vector quantity into vector quantity, and the answer is coming as scalar. Means answer means if you multiply two vector quantities and the answer is coming as scalar. Okay, that is the first second way of multiplying the vectors. And the third way of multiplying the vector is a vector into vector quantity, and the answer will also come in vector form. Okay, so basically there are three ways of multiplying the vectors. Okay, First one is scalar with vector, then a vector with vector and getting the scalar answer. Third one is a vector with vector and you are getting the which answer? You are getting the vector answer. Okay. So first part, let us discuss the first part, that is a scalar with vector quantity. A scalar with vector quantity. Okay, fine. Scalar with scalar means like 2 into 3 is 6. 2 is a scalar, 3 is a scalar, so 6. So I don't think it is required here. Okay, a scalar into scalar means 2 into 3 is 6. So it is normal multiplication then. Okay, fine. So first is scalar into vector. So for this, just take one example here. Let us suppose that a vector is given by 2I cap plus j cap minus 3k cap. Okay, find the value of 3a. Now you just see here, just carefully observe this. A is the scalar value. A is scalar na, scalar means magnitude, and A is the vector here. 3 is scalar here, A is the vector, means this is scalar and this is vector. So if you multiply the scalar with vector, how to multiply this? That is very simple. Just write down 3 into a vector. Okay. Now 3 into what is a vector? That is 2I cap plus j cap minus 3k cap. Now you have to multiply this 3 one by one on all I by I, j and k. Okay. So if you multiply 3 with 2, you get 6I cap. If you multiply 3 into 1, means 3j cap. 3 into minus 3, minus 9k cap. That is the normal multiplication. Just multiply 3 with each and every quantity, means I cap, j cap and k cap. You will get the answer in this case. Okay. So the scalar quantity is very easy. A scalar with vector is very easy. Simply you need to multiply the scalar quantity with each and every quantity of the vectors. Like 3 into 2 will give 6I cap, 2 into 1 will give 3j cap, and 3 into minus 3 will give you 9k cap. Okay. So the scalar to vector is very easy method. Okay, fine. Okay, I think this you can do very easily. Okay, next is second part. Second part is a vector is multiplied with vector and we are getting the answer as scalar. Okay, answer is coming as scalar when you multiply two vector quantities. Okay, now this type of multiplication is known as scalar product. Scalar product, scalar product or dot product. Dot product means if you multiply a vector with vector and you are getting the scalar answer. Okay, scalar answer means it has only magnitude, it does not have any direction. Scalar means only magnitude is coming, not direction. Okay, then this type of multiplication is known as dot product or dot product into or scalar product. Okay, now how to represent scalar product? The scalar product is represented by, say we have two vectors, a vector, okay, dot b vector. A dot b is equal to c. Okay, so this dot represent the scalar product. Okay, okay, the dot represent the scalar product. Okay, so a dot b is equal to c. Now c, in c I have not put the vector sign, which means the c is the scalar quantity here. The c is the scalar quantity, it is scalar. Okay, so a vector dot b vector equal to c. So this is known as dot product. Okay, yes. The answer C will have no direction. It will only have the magnitude. So when you multiply two vectors and you get only the magnitude, then that type of multiplication is known as scalar product. Okay, fine. The very good example for this is work done. Okay, so if you have studied in class 8 or 9, what was work done? Work done is basically we represent by W, that is equal to f f vector dot s vector. Okay, f dot s means force into displacement is work done. Okay, now you see here a force is a vector quantity. A force is a vector quantity. Displacement is also a vector quantity. Okay, but the answer which we are getting after multiplying the force with displacement is work done, which is the scalar quantity. Work has no direction. Okay, a work done has no direction. That is why the work done is a dot product of force into displacement. Okay, so work done is scalar quantity because it has no direction. A force is a vector. Displacement is a vector. Therefore, work done is a dot product of force into displacement. Okay. Now, you must have also studied about. You must have also studied about the magnitude of the work done. Like I give you one example here that we have the block. Okay. Then in very small question you must have done at your in class 8 or 9. We applied the force F, say 10 Newton at an angle of say 30 degree. Okay, not 30. You take this is 60 degree. Okay, okay. Due to this force, this body get displaced by 2 meters. Okay. Then what was the work done? You must have studied the formula of work done. That was what? Work done equal to F S cos theta. Correct now. You must have studied this formula or not. That work done equal to force into displacement into cos theta. Now what was the theta there? Now displacement was in displacement in which direction? Displacement is in this direction. D. The angle between force and displacement is how much? 60 degree. Okay. And what was the work done in this case? The work done was 10 10 into 2 into cos 60. Cos 60 is half. It was coming as 10 joule. Okay. Now we can see here one thing that that work done is f dot s means it is dot product and the value of the magnitude is f s cos theta. So from this example can I say that a dot product of two vectors say a vector dot b vector is equal to mod of a mod of b cos theta. Okay, mod of a mod of b cos theta. Okay, so this is the result of a dot b, that is a dot b equal to mod of a into mod of b cos theta. Okay, fine. Now what is theta here? Theta is the angle between a and b vector. So if you take this as a vector, if you take this as b vector, angle between them is theta. So theta is the angle between a vector and the b vector. That is the value of a dot b. That a dot b is equal to mod of a into mod of b into cos theta, where theta is the angle between a and b. Okay. No, no, dot product. We have more example of dot product. I just gave you work done. Okay. Because work done you must have studied in class 8 or 9. Okay. So you must have some idea of work done. What is the magnitude of the work done? Okay. We have more cases. We'll explain when we will go in detail. Okay. For now, you understand that dot product is a dot b, which is equal to mod of a mod of b cos theta. Ha. Okay. Yes. This will satisfy more result also. For now, I am just giving one example. There are many examples of that. Okay. But for you, I am giving you one example for now. Okay. Fine. So this is the result which you have to remember that a dot b equal to mod of a mod of b cos theta. The theta is the angle between a and b. Okay. Fine. So this is a very important point of scalar product or dot product. Okay. I hope you understand this. From example also I have given to you. See, from example, if I write the work done will be equal to force vector dot displacement vector, that is s. Okay. Now, uh, now we know that work done formula is fs cos theta. So can we say here as work done equal to force, magnitude of the force into displacement of the force into cos theta. Okay, fine. Okay, if work done is negative, no. Any type of work done is scalar quantity. There is no, means all the work done is scalar quantity. Negative work means what? The work done is in opposite direction. Negative means displacement and force are in opposite direction. That is why negative is there. But it is a scalar quantity. We always write work done as 20 joule. We don't mention 20 joule in the north direction, in the south direction, or in any direction. We simply say 20 joule of work has been done. Okay. So we are because the scalar work done is scalar quantity. So uh, it has no direction. Okay. No, I'm not converting scalar to vector. No, I'm just telling you that there are three methods of multiplying. If you multiply vector with vector and you're getting the scalar quantity, then that type of multiplication is known as a scalar product or a dot product. Okay. And the value of the dot product is what? A dot B equal to mod of A mod of B cos theta. That's it. Okay. Negative work is possible. I'm telling you, work done can be negative. Work can be negative, but negative work shows that the force and displacement are in opposite direction. That is what it means. How to find whether it is scalar or vector? If the answer is scalar, then it is a scalar quantity. If you multiply a vector with b vector and you are getting the scalar quantity, it means it is a dot product. If you multiply vector with vector and you are getting vector quantity, then it is a vector product. If you multiply scalar with vector, you are getting vector product. Like this. This example is there. We are multiplying scalar with vector, you are getting vector only answer. Fine. Okay. So that is the one, that is the property that A dot B equal to mod of A mod of B cos theta. Okay. Fine. These are different methods of multiplying. Yes. Okay. Now, there are some important properties of dot product. Okay. There are some important properties. Okay. Important properties of dot product. Okay. Fine. First property is that A vector dot B vector can be equal to B vector dot A vector. This is known as commutative law. Commutative property means A dot B can be equal to B dot A. Okay, can we prove this point or not? A dot B is equal to B dot A. Can you prove this? That A dot B equal to B dot A. Let us prove this point. Okay, see, let us draw two vectors here. This is vector A and this is vector B. Okay, now if I write A dot B, it means what? A vector dot B vector. It means what? It means the angle theta will start from A vector. It will go towards the B vector. This is theta. Correct now. A dot B means what? The angle between A and B. So A dot B means you have to start from A and the theta should be taken anti-clockwise direction. So this will come as mod of A mod of B cos theta. So A dot B equal to mod of A mod of B cos theta. Okay. Now if I have to write B dot A, B vector dot A vector. Now B dot A means we have to start from B vector because it is B dot A. So the angle should start from B vector in anti-clockwise direction. It should move towards A vector. B dot A means the angle between B and A. So we have to start from B vector move in anti-clockwise direction and reach A. That is the angle. Okay. Now this angle will be equal to how much? This would be equal to 360 degree minus theta, because angle between A and B is theta. So B and A will be equal to 360 minus theta. Okay, fine. So can we write here as what? B dot A is equal to mod of B mod of A cos of 360 degree minus theta. Now cos of 360 degree minus theta is cos theta itself. So it becomes what? Mod of B mod of A cos theta. Now we can see that we have two equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2. If you compare both the equation, we are getting that A vector dot B vector is equal to B vector dot A vector. So this is what? Commutative law, commutative property. Okay, fine. I hope you understand this. Okay, so commutative property means that A dot B is equal to B dot A. Okay, A dot B is equal to B dot A. So we have proved this point that A dot B means the angle should start from A and move towards the B in anti-clockwise direction. So we assume that angle between A and B is theta. So A dot B will be equal to mod of A mod of B cos theta. Similarly, B dot A. So the angle should start from B and it moves towards the A. So it should be B A cos 360 minus theta, which will come as cos theta. So from these two comparison, we can say that A dot B is equal to B dot A. Okay, so this is the first property. Know what question I will get from this? A dot B equal to B dot A means if you multiply A dot B or you multiply B dot A, answer will come as same only. Okay, that is what it means now. Fine. Now next property is if A vector is perpendicular to B vector. Okay, if A vector is perpendicular to B vector, perpendicular means what? The theta is equal to 90 degree. Okay, then A vector dot B vector will be equal to 0. If A is perpendicular to B, means if theta is 90 degree, then A dot B must be equal to 0. Now I think we can prove this point, because A dot B equal to mod of A mod of B cos 90. Okay, cos 90 is 0, which means what? A dot A B cos 90 is 0, so A dot B is equal to 0 here. So if A and B are perpendicular to each other, then the A dot B value will be equal to 0. Okay, because A dot B equal to mod A mod B cos 90, and 90 cos 90 is 0, therefore A dot B is equal to 0. Okay, fine. I hope you got this. Yes or no? Okay, so with here we have two properties. Okay, that is one property is A dot B equal to B dot A. Second property is that if A and B are perpendicular, then the dot product of A dot B is equal to 0. Okay, fine. Now the next thing is orthogonal unit vectors. Okay, orthogonal ortho orthogonal unit vector. Okay, so let us take one thing here. Okay, so if we take x y z plane, this is x, this is x, y, this is z plane. Okay, now a unit vector along the x-axis is given by I cap, correct now? Unit vector along the y-axis is given by j cap, and unit vector along the z-axis is given by k cap. Okay, so these are the unit vectors along a x y means x y and z. Okay, now if I ask you what is the value of I cap dot I cap. Can you tell me the answer for this? I dot I. 1. Very good. How? Because I cap is a unit vector. Means the magnitude of the I cap is 1. Means mod of I into mod of I cos. Now what is the angle of I with I? Means what is the angle between I and I? That is 0. Okay. So cos 0, which means I dot I vector I cap dot I cap is equal to 1. I cap dot I cap is equal to 1. Okay. Similarly, if I say what is the value of j cap into j cap into j cap, what is the answer? Tell me. 1. Very good. And next thing is k cap dot k cap, that would be again 1. Very good. 1. So from here we got 3 result. One result is that I dot I is equal to 1. Second result, I dot j dot j vector j cap dot j cap is equal to 1. And third one is k cap dot k cap is equal to 1. Okay, these are the 3 results. Now fourth, if I ask you what is the value of I cap dot j cap, what is the value of I cap dot j cap? That would be equal to mod of I mod of j cos 90, because I and j, the angle between I and j is 90. So this will be 0. So I dot j will be equal to 0. Okay. So fourth property we can say there as I cap dot j cap will be equal to 0. Similarly, uh, I dot k cap will be equal to 0. Sixth one, j dot I will be equal to, sorry, uh, j cap dot I cap will be equal to 0. Okay, so these are the 6 property we can use, that I dot I equal to 1, j dot j equal to 1, k dot k is equal to 1, I dot j equal to 0, I dot k equal to 0, and I j dot k equal to 0. Okay, fine. I hope you understood this orthogonal unit vector. Okay, fine. So these things you have to remember. These 6 result. Okay, fine. I hope you understand why it is 0 here, because the angle between I and j is 90 degree. Angle between I and k is also 90 degree. Angle between j and k is also 90 degree there. Okay, fine. No, no, why we should multiply 3 vectors? Okay, I dot j dot k. Okay, again answer will be 0 only, because I dot j is 0, so 0 dot k is 0. If you do I dot j dot k, then I dot j is 0, 0 dot k is 0. How you can do? You can do the dot product for more than 2 vectors also. Like the examples, somebody asked me that I dot j dot k. What is the value of I dot j dot k? So I dot j is 0. So 0 dot k is 0. Okay, we can do that. No problem. Okay, I j dot I will be 0. J dot I will be 0. I dot j will be 0. See, you can write here also j dot I will be 0. K dot I will be 0. K dot j will be 0, because it is commutative law. Okay, we can do that. Okay, fine. Now next is if I ask you one thing. Okay, if I ask you, like, what is the value of a vector dot a vector? Can you get the answer for this? What is the value of a vector dot a vector? What is the value of a dot a? A square, very good. See, A dot A means what? Mod of A into mod of A. Now cos. Now what is the angle of A with A? What is the angle of A with A? 0 degree. Yes. So the answer would be what? A square. So A dot A is equal to A square. The angle between A and A is 0 degree. So it should be how much? Uh, A square. So answer for A dot A will be equal to 0. Okay. I hope you understand all these properties. Okay. Fine. A square. Now can you do one problem based on this? Now, now see, if I give you if I give you this problem that how to multiply a dot product with dot product, like if I give you A vector as 2i cap plus 3j cap and B vector as I cap minus 2j cap. Can you find A vector dot B vector? Okay. So how to multiply these two vectors when this if this answer is given to us, this question is given to us. Okay. See, the first of all we write A vector dot B vector. Okay. So what is A vector? That is 2i cap plus 3j cap and B dot of B vector which is I cap minus 2j cap. Correct now? Okay. Yes. Now here we have to multiply each term with each term. Means if I multiply 2 with I1, what I will get? If I multiply 2i cap with I cap, that will be equal to how much? 2i square. Correct now? If I multiply 2i cap with minus 2j cap, that would be minus 4i dot j cap. Similarly, if I multiply 3j cap with I cap, with j, okay, that would be equal to plus 3j cap dot I cap and multiply with 3j cap with minus 2j cap, that would be 6j cap whole square. Okay, so I cap whole square is 1. So can we write this as 2? Okay, 2 minus 0 plus 0 minus 6 means answer will come as minus 4. Okay, so that is how we are multiplying. Yes, that is how multiplying A dot B. So simple, it is very simple problem that how to multiply A dot B. You have to multiply I cap with I cap and J cap with J cap because the multiplication of I and J will automatically become 0 there. Okay. So whenever you are finding dot product, what you have to do? You have to multiply the I with I and J with J. And you will see after multiplying, we are getting the answer as minus 4. This minus 4 is a scalar quantity. So the dot product answer is always scalar. Okay. The dot product answer is always scalar. Okay. Fine. So A dot B will be equal to uh, see if you take modulus of A and modulus of B, but you don't know how to you don't know how to what is the angle between A and B, that you don't know na. So we cannot use that formula there, that A dot B, A mod of B cos theta, because you need to know the angle between A and B. So so for that, if A dot B is given like this in vector form, then how to get the value of A dot B? That you have to multiply this I vector with I vector, J vector with J vector, means 2I cap into I cap will be 2, then 3J cap minus 2J cap will be minus 6. So answer will come as minus 4. Okay, fine. No, you don't have to mention scalar quantity. I gave you some example here. Okay, you don't have to mention scalar quantity. Okay, fine. This is the answer, that A dot B will be equal to minus 4. Fine. Minus 5 is coming. Why? 2 minus 6 minus 4 will come, I think. How minus 5 will come? Minus 4 is not a vector, it's a scalar quantity. Na? Okay. See, this is j, this is j, this is j, this is j. Okay, this is I. Simple. If it is like this is I cap, this is j cap. Okay, fine. Minus 4 will come. Yes, minus 4. Okay. So I think you need more practice on this. Okay. Let me do one more problem here. Difference I will tell you. For now you understand dot product, then I will tell you cross product. Okay. That is the third method. How the zero is coming? Because see, for I dot j is 0 because 4 into 0 will be 0. Then j dot I will be 0. So whenever there is dot product, you have to multiply with I and j with j. Because if you multiply I with j, that would be automatically 0 now. That is what. I square is equal to 1. Yes. I square is equal to 1. Okay. Fine. Minus 4 is not a vector quantity. It's the magnitude of A dot. Minus 4 is not a vector quantity here. Okay. Fine. Yes. One more problem you do, then you have a practice for this. Okay. Like if I give you A vector as I cap minus 2j cap plus k cap. Okay. And B vector is j cap. Okay. B vector is 2I cap minus 3j cap minus 2k cap. Find A vector dot B vector. Okay. Find A vector dot B vector. Angle I will tell you. Just understand how to find dot product. I will tell you everything. Okay. You need to be patient. Okay. Trust on me. I will tell you everything. Okay. First, what I am telling you, what I am teaching you, understand that logic. Then we'll do more things. Okay. Fine. Answer is 6. Okay. So most of you are getting the answer as 6. So A vector dot B vector. Write down first A vector, that is I cap minus 2j cap plus k cap dot of 2I cap minus 3j cap minus 2k cap. Okay, fine. So for dot product, what we have to do? We have to multiply I with I. So if you multiply I cap with 2I cap, will come as 2 minus 2j cap into minus 3. Minus minus become plus. So 2 into 3 is 6 plus 6. Then k into minus 2, that is minus 2. So the answer will come as 6 answer. 6 is the answer here. Okay, 6 is the answer here. Fine. Yes, very good. So I think you all understand how to find the dot product here. Okay, very good. Fine. One more problem we can do now. See, to find the dot product, like if vector is given to us A dot P, what you need to do? You have to simply multiply I cap with I cap, J cap with J cap, K cap with K cap. So if I multiply 1 I cap into 2 I cap, so 1 into 2 is 2, minus 2 into minus 3 is plus 6, 1 into minus 2 is minus 2. This will come as 6. Okay, fine. Now next problem. Angle also I will find. Okay, just wait. The next thing is to find the angle only. For now you understand this. Okay. Now next problem is that if A vector is 2I cap plus 3j cap plus 8k cap. Now this A vector is perpendicular to B vector whose value is 4I cap minus 4j cap plus alpha k cap. Alpha k cap. Find the value of alpha. Okay, so A vector is 2 I cap plus 3 j cap plus 8 k cap. B vector is 4 I cap minus 4 j cap plus alpha k cap. Okay, both are perpendicular, so you need to find the value of alpha. Can you get the answer for this? Can you get the answer for this? Both are perpendicular to each other. Okay, what is the value of alpha? Half. Okay, very good. Answer is half. Okay, so A dot B. Now, if A dot B is perpendicular, then this A dot B value should be equal to 0 or not, because both are perpendicular. So A dot B is equal to 0. Okay, so write down A. A is how much? 2 I cap plus 3 j cap plus 8 k cap. What is B? That is 4 I cap minus 4 j cap plus alpha k cap should be equal to 0. Why I can write that? Because angle between A and B is perpendicular, 90 degrees. So it should be 0 only. So now we have to do what? We have to multiply. So 2 into 4 is 8. 3 into minus 4 is minus 12. 8 into alpha is plus 8 alpha equal to 0. So we get minus 4 plus 8 alpha equal to 0. Therefore alpha equal to half. So value of alpha is equal to half here. Okay, fine. So I think most of you have got the answer correct. That is very good. Okay, I hope you are all are getting this properly. Okay, now the application of dot product. Okay, the application of dot product. Application of dot product. First application is to find the angle between the two vectors. Okay, to find the angle between two vectors. Okay, so one student was asking me again and again what was the angle between the two vectors. Okay, so to find the angle between the two vectors, fine. So just think on this point. If I say A vector dot B vector, what is the value of A dot B? That is mod of A mod of B cos theta. Is this correct or not? Okay, so can I write here as cos theta equal to A vector dot B vector by mod of A mod of B. Now what is theta here? Theta is the angle between A vector and B vector. So cos theta is the angle between A and A vector. Sorry, theta is the angle between A and B. So if I can find cos theta, can I find the value of theta here? Angle between the two vectors? Yes or no? Okay. So that is how we can find the angle. That is cos theta must be equal to A dot B divided by mod of A divided by mod of B. Okay, fine. So that is how we can find the angle here. So can we do one problem based on this? Okay, if I say A vector is 2 I cap plus 3 j cap and B vector is I cap plus k cap. Find the angle between A and B. Find the angle between A vector and B vector. Okay, find the angle between A and B. You can get the answer in cos inverse also, no problem in that. Okay, find the angle between A and B vector. You can find in cross also, no problem in that. Cos inverse also, no problem. Okay. Fine. So what is the value of the cos inverse 1 by 13? Okay, cos inverse 1 by 13. Fine. I don't know the answer, I have to solve. Okay, cos inverse 1 by 13. Very good. Okay, see. Okay, so what is the angle between the two vectors? Say cos theta will be equal to what? A vector dot B vector by mod of A and mod of B. So first of all, we need to find mod of A and mod of B. What is the value of mod A? That is square root of 2 square plus 3 square, which is how much? 4 plus 9, that is root of 13. Okay, root 13 now. And what is the value of mod of B? That is equal to 1 square plus 1 square, because I cap into k cap. So it should be what? Root of 2. Okay. So root A is equal to root 13 and root B is equal to root 2. Okay. So now A dot B. A value is how much? 2 I cap plus 3j cap dot of I cap, 3j cap dot of I cap and k cap divided by mod A and mod B. Okay. Mod A is root 13, mod B is root 2. Okay. So you see here 2 I cap into I cap will be 2, because I cap should be multiplied with I cap. So here I cap into I cap is 2. So 2 into 1 is 2 plus into J cap. But here it is no J cap, which means 0 J cap. So 3 into 0 will be 0. Correct now? 3 into 0 will be 0 here. Then 0 cap into 0 will be 0. Okay. So we get 2. 2 divided by root 13 into root 2. Correct now? Did you get this or not? See, if you have doubt, you have just look at this. 3 I cap and 3j cap. So here k cap is 0. Just wait, I will do it, otherwise you will get confused here. Wait. Okay. See, I cap A vector is 2 I cap plus 3j cap plus 0 k cap. Okay. Dot of I cap plus 0 j cap plus 0 j cap plus k cap is equal to what? Now I should be multiplied with I. So 2 into 1 is 2 plus 3 into 0 is 0 plus 0 into 1 is 0 divided by root 13 into root 2. Is this correct now? Okay. So the cos theta will come as how much? Cos theta will come as 2 by root 13 into root 2, or we can write here as root 2 and 2 will cancel out, so theta equal to cos inverse of root 2 by root 13. This is the answer. Root 2 by root 13. Cos inverse of root 2 by root 13 is the answer for this problem. Okay, that is the angle between the two vectors. Okay, fine. I hope you understand here. I think you got this point or not. If k cap is not written here, which means 0 k cap. Here j cap is not written, which means 0 j cap. Okay, fine. So this is the answer for the angle theta. Okay, how root 2? See, root 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. See, 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. So root 2 will cancel out. So we get root 2 by 13, root 13. Okay, fine. Any problem, any doubt in this? Okay. See, in your weekly test, you will have the questions up to dot product. Cross product will not be asked because I have given the paper. So you have to practice till dot product. Okay. Cross product will not be asked. Only dot product will be there in your exam. Okay. Yes, up to dot product only. Cross will not be asked, so don't study that thing. Projectile will also not be there. Fine. Projectile will only vectors up to dot product. Okay. Straight line is not there. Motion in a straight line is not there. Okay. Fine. Now can we do one more problem here? Okay. If I ask you, find the angle, find the angle that a vector, that a vector. Now a vector is given by I cap plus j cap. Okay, I cap plus j cap makes with x-axis. Find the angle which a vector, that is I cap plus j cap, makes with uh, x-axis. Okay, fine. Can you get the answer for this? What is the angle between a vector and x-axis? 60 degree, 45 degree. Okay, fine. 45 degree. Okay, 45. Okay, I think you got the answer. So, so the question is, so a vector is given by I cap plus j cap. Okay, now x-axis. If I'm asked, if in the question they tell you x-axis, which means you can assume x-axis as b vector, which has I cap direction. Because for the x-axis, the direction will be only I cap. Okay, fine. So, so what we can do here? We have to find the angle. So angle is cos theta, which is equal to a vector dot b vector divided by a mod of a mod of b. Okay, so a vector is I cap plus j cap, dot of b vector is mod of I cap divided by mod of a. So mod of a value is how much? That is square root of 1 square plus 1 square means root 2, and mod of b is how much? Square root of 1 square, which is 1. Okay, so it should be what? Root 2 into 1. Okay, then we take a dot product here. I into I should be multiplied. So 1 plus 0 by root 2. So answer is 1 by root 2. Therefore, cos theta is equal to 1 by root 2. Therefore, theta equal to how much? 45 degree. So angle which a vector will make with x-axis will be equal to 45 degree. Okay, fine. Okay, I hope you all got this. Okay, so I think time is going to up. So you can see all the slides here. Only one time I will show the slide. Don't say that in between that show me the another slide. Okay. This week is not fast. Okay. We are lagging behind. In JE, projectile is over. Okay. So I'm already lagging behind. I'm not fast. Okay. So I think we have started from which slide? No, no. Today we started from this one. First one, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Okay. Any doubt, any problem, you can ask me. Again, I told you what, I will not show you the slide again. What you are doing before that? When I'm showing the slide, you should copy that, or you can take the screenshot. No, no. In a NCRT book, it is not there in means the chapter is not like vector. Okay, vector is a part of motion in a plane. Okay, it is a part of motion in a plane. But in your CCAS material, you have separate chapter of vectors in calculus. I am giving the homework from there only. Okay, we found the angle between them. Na? In last question, we found cos theta was 1 by root 2. Okay, so theta was cos inverse of 1 by root 2. We know that if 1 by root 2 is there, the theta will be 45 degree. Okay. The angle should be calculated by the method which I told you. Yes, that is the method which you have to do. This is the only correct method. Okay, to find the angle between the two vectors. Fine. No, I'm not taking JE, but I'm for the new batch. This is combined batch, na? 11th new batch is combined. So there we have JE students also. So there I have to take JE problems also. Okay. Homework, see, homework you have to. Now I think the every day I will not give you the homework. Okay, because Seeker's office has told me that homework would be given in alternative days like Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, so every day you will not get the homework. Okay, every alternate days you will have the homework. Okay, JE and NEET are not different problems, but level is different. Means for JE we have to go for multiple concepts, but NEET we can do in one problem itself. Means one concept only we can get the answer, but there we have to have multiple concepts. Okay, so thank you all. No, no, J is tough. NEET is not tough. Okay, okay. So thank you all.